What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Locker Room. I'm here with Rookie of the Year, the Birdman, Jack Bird. What's going on, bruh?
Nah, not much, man.
Thanks for coming down, man. I appreciate it. I met you about a year and a half or so ago, and I've been literally pestering you. Since the show started, I've been pestering you. I sent, I think, like 3 or 4 texts to you, trying to get you on. You're here now, bruh. I appreciate it. The new season's coming up. You've been doing pre-season for a while now. How you feeling mentally, physically? How's everything going after such a big, one of the best rookie years I've seen probably in the last 4 or 5 years? Easy. How have you been?
Yeah, not bad, man. Not a lot has changed since last year. It's my 3rd pre-season, so it's not too bad. Nothing's really changed up at the Sharks there. We've got good staff up there with Andrew Gray, there's a few others there. So, when I was at the Dragons, they were there as well, so they know how to look after my body, and it's pretty good so far.
And let's talk about your last season. How did you ever? You've got a kind of, from what I can tell anyway, you've got a kind of quiet confidence about you. You're just confident in your ability, and to play 6 in your first year is a huge achievement, and especially as how well you played. Did you ever imagine your rookie year was going to be as good as it was? Was that in your head, or was it just like, I just want to play first grade?
Nah, not at all, man. I just go out there and try and play my best every game. So, wasn't really expecting to get Rookie of the Year either. So to go out there and play how I did at the start, I didn't expect that at all. But like I said, I just go out there and try and play my best footy each week. It kind of shows when I play. So I don't go home and sit down thinking I'm gonna fucking go out. Sorry for the swear words.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
I'm not gonna go out there and say, think in my head I'm gonna kill it tomorrow or whatever. But like I said, I just try and play my best footy, and it worked out this year.
In the Nines was kind of like your breakout, and because I'd heard about you. I'd had a lot of people come to me and say, oh, you should see this Jack Bird guy. This would have been 2013, and so a lot of the boys, a lot of the older first grade boys at the Dragons were like, we've got this young fella, he's a gun, rah, and I'd heard things about you, but until I seen you, the way you play, I was taken aback. You killed it in the Nines. Have you played much touch footy or anything like that with that open space, or was it just you just seemed to, I don't know, it just was perfect for you, really, the Nines set up?
Yeah, it's funny because when I was younger, I used to love playing touch and a bit of Ostag, and I only stopped playing that because I'd done my ACL playing Ostag. So, I was doing that. Oh, mate, I love footy, so I was doing that when I was playing footy since I was 5 in the front yard with my brothers.
Oh, really?
And probably younger. But playing touch and stuff. The days off I had of training, I'd go down over here at Thomas Down Park in Taraji,
and
I'd play touch with all the boys and that. So Nines is a bit like touch and Ostag, but it's just tackle. So I kind of did enjoy it over there.
Yep.
I didn't think I was going to go over there because I recently injured my shoulder before the Nines, so I was lucky enough to get over there.
Oh, really?
I think that's where I started making a name for myself.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
So, it all worked out well.
And when you were over there, when it was you scored, did you score the most tries?
I was,
Close.
4 tries, I'm pretty sure. I think that was the top try scorer in the Nines comp.
Yeah, and I mean, what was that like? Were you a bit taken back by, not did you get a false sense of I can play NRL, but was that the first moment when you scored 4 tries in the tournament? You're like, you know what, my body's ready to play NRL. I'm ready to be a first grader. Was that a kind of not a wake up call, or were you already pretty confident that year was going to be?
Yeah, 100%, man. Nines is a bit different to first grade, but there's a bit more space. But the physical side of things, it wasn't what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a little bit harder because they're first graders. But nothing against Sam. I'm not saying it's easy, but I just didn't think it was going to be like that. But I mainly scored my tries on the wing there, so it wasn't anything special. But I'd speed the burn out there, so I was just sitting out there and letting the boys do their stuff in the middle. I was only out there because I thought that when I went to the Sharks, I came as an outside back.
Yep.
And then I recently moved into 5'8" later on in the year. So if I go to the Nines this year, maybe you might see me in the middle a little bit more. But I might go out on the edge again and try and score score the same amount of tries.
Mate, it was, I remember seeing you, like, because I actually, as I said, I hadn't seen you, and I seen you, like, you had speed, you had strength, and it was just like, I was not surprised, but I thought you were good, but I didn't realise how good you were until I actually seen you play in the Nines, because obviously there'd been a lot of chatter about you. When you went to Cronulla from the Dragons, and you were like the next guy coming through, what made that decision happen? You know, what made you leave the Dragons? You know, why did you go to Cronulla? Was there specific reasons? Was opportunity or?
You know, I obviously wanted to stay at the Dragons because it's my junior club.
Yep.
But you know, I just saw a big opportunity at the Sharks where I could play first grade. You know, down here there was Dill Farrell playing in the centres, and
Yep.
Not sure who the other centre was, but
Keeps at the time would have been. Or did he retire that
I'm
year?
pretty sure he's retired
Maybe
then.
Bealey?
But yeah, Bealey actually,
Yep.
I think it was. But you know, it's funny because when I signed at the Sharks, Bealey come along with me, so you know, I was a bit dreading there. But, no, I'm good mates with Billy, but yeah, it was a bit of an opportunity, but it's kind of funny as well because when I was off contract at the Dragons, Sharks weren't in the frame to sign me.
Really?
I was actually going up to meet another club up in Sydney.
Yep.
And they were running a bit late, so I was with my manager, and he rang Flano up and said, listen, I've got a player off contract. Are you interested in talking to him, blah, blah, blah. And he said, yeah, and we went there within half an hour, already going past Helensburgh, so on the Princess Highway there. And yeah, so we met up with him, and then ever since there, I was a bit excited to head over to the Shire because it's only up the road as well. So I'm still living down here in Wollongong, but it's kind of, I'm still young, so just adjusting time by time. So I thought Shire had a good opportunity for me, and I just grabbed it with both hands, and so I'm pretty happy there at the moment.
And leaving the Dragons, was it a hard decision, or was it something that you struggled with, or was it, this is what I have to do for my footy? Because I mean, if you stayed at the Dragons, who knows? You may not have been Rookie of the Year. Obviously, going to the Sharks was the best decision you ever made, Rookie of the Year. You literally can't have a better year than you had. Was it a tough time leaving the Dragons, or was it just like, this is footy and this is what I need to do?
Yeah, it was. Most definitely, it was probably one of the toughest decisions of my life, especially at a young age. Leaving my family. Well, I haven't really left them, but I mean, not seeing them quite as much as I used to. All my friends. It was a tough decision, but I had to sit down and have a big think about it, and it's about my career. So it was what was best for me. So no hard feelings against the Dragons. I wish I wanted to stay there at the time, but like I said, I'm happy at Cronulla now, and I just seen a big opportunity there. But yeah, it's not too bad at the moment.
Yeah, and the Sharks now, obviously, there's rumours, the media speculate, all that kind of stuff. Are you at the Sharks now? Are you extending? Are you staying? What is Jack Bird's future in the next 2 or 3 years? Just to clear it all up.
Yeah. There is a bit of speculation there. Obviously, a lot of people are wondering what I'm doing in the near future, but that I'm working with that with my manager to sort that thing out. There's a lot of things going on. I couldn't tell you where I'm going to be. I'm happy to stay at Cronulla. We just got to sort out a deal there. I'm more likely to stay there, but we're still working it out. So we'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
And Jack Bird as a player and a person, what are the things in a contract or in a club that you want in the next few years? You know what I mean? Like, what are the things that are going to determine your decision going forward? What do you want? Is it you need to set yourself up financially? Is it you want to play your best footy? Is it what is the things that's going to?
Yeah, there's a lot of things there. I think you hit the nail on the head there. With financially, obviously you got to go for what's the best deal for you. Obviously you got to have a good coach under your belt to learn your best football. There's players, you got to have some good players around you, but most of all, you just got to look after yourself, man. So, you can't sell yourself short. So, yeah, you just got to look after yourself and obviously go where you think you're going to play your best football. And
it's such a weird thing that a lot of people, they may not see, a lot of fans may not see, is that you've got this team and you would you would literally die for them. You go out there and you bleed for them and you love them, but then you've got this hard financial decision that's a career, and it's like this mix of the two where you're like, you're stuck in this hard position of like, you want to be loyal to these people because you love them, but at the same time, like, you've got to take care of yourself, and it's such a hard choice making that choice. You know what I mean? It's so hard to make the right choice and know what's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I do. I think loyal in the game has gone out the window, to be honest. I think it's more of a business now. So, like I said, you got to look after yourself. You can't be loyal to a team if they're throwing dud money at you when another club's throwing some good money at you. You got to look after yourself. That's number one priority. So,
or even like putting you in a position that may not be the best for your career or whatever, or playing you in a position.
Exactly. Like, if they're going to chuck you out in the wing or whatever, what you don't want to play, you're obviously not going to be happy, and you're not going to play your best football. So, as much as you're going to say, I'll do it for the team, you're still, inside your head, you're going to go, after every training, you're going to go back home and think,
yeah, exactly.
What am I doing? Like, I don't want to be in that position, but how am I going to tell them this? Like, if I tell them this, they're going to drop me. They've got no position for me. So, all you want to do is be out in that field with the boys and play football, and you know. So,
it's tough. It's so tough. It is tough. An example that a recent example for me personally was Aaron Whitchurch. He was a Broncos reserve grader, and he was playing second row in reserve grade all year, and he got literally just thrown on the wing, played terrible. Manu scored 3 tries against him, and then he got dropped the next week. Like, whose fault is that? Should have he said, no, I don't want to play on the wing, I'm obviously not a winger, or should have he said, obviously I want to do what I need to do for the boys? You know what I mean? It's such a hard thing, and yet he's the guy that has to suffer.
Yeah, it is. But like, he's probably thinking in his head, I'm going to play first grade on the wing, so this might be my only chance to play first grade. I'm going to go out there and try my best, but obviously he didn't play his best with Manu. Manu's a big boy, so it would have been kind of hard to stop him.
Well, that's what I mean. That's an even crazy decision. Like, you're putting this poor dude that wants to play first grade against one of the best wingers in the game, and he's playing second row. Now he's not even in a first grade. So he might be now, but I know he got dropped for 1 year. I'm pretty sure. So anyway, that's he's actually a really good guy, Aaron Whitchurch. So you playing last year when you played, you started in the centres, and then you moved into 6.
Oh, so
fullback to 6.
At the 20s at the Dragons, I was playing back row.
Okay.
And I played a bit of 5'8", not 5'8", bit of centre and fullback in the 20s there. Only when injuries came across. And that's when I started deciding I wanted to play a bit of centre, because I was enjoying it there. But when it comes to first grade, you don't get as much ball as you want. Yep. So I came to the Sharks as a centre, hoping that I was going to get that position. But I started off in reserve grade, and I played a bit of centre there, and then they moved me to 5'8". And it was kind of awkward because I didn't really know what to do, because all last pre-season I did not train one bit of 5'8", so they just chucked me in there and I didn't know any plays. I'm like, just run off me here, here. Yep. And I kind of made a fool of myself. But ever since then, I kind of went back to training and worked on it. Started training at 5'8", and started getting a bit of roll on. But as time goes on, you're just going to get better. So to chuck me at 5'8" straight away, it was a big ask. But I learned all the moves, thankfully, and
obviously it worked. Like, some players rise to the occasion, and obviously you did. You're talented enough to do that. So 5'8" is where you want to be eventually, or fullback, or is it 5'8" that is where you have your eyes set on? You want to be in the 5'8" position as soon as possible and play as much footy there as you
can. Probably 5'8" or fullback. Just somewhere to be around the ball a bit. I think that's where I play my best football, being around the ball. There's people saying play lock, but these kind of days, lock's pretty much another front rower. So
you gotta be
as you can see, I don't have much.
What are you, 96, 97?
Nah, 94 kilos. I'm only 20 though, so hopefully in a few years I can put on a bit more weight. But weight changes. Just depends what position you're going to play. So if I'm going to play 5'8" or fullback, you got to be a bit lean and around the 90s, around the 94s. But obviously, if you're going to play a back row or lock, you're probably going to have to put on another you know, get
You
to
wanna be
about
at
that
least
100.
98.
Yeah,
Like
100.
98 would be small,
Yeah.
a small lock really.
Yeah,
Like, especially it's so young, you need that weight behind you, otherwise
Yeah.
you're fucking wrist
Yeah,
off.
exactly.
And also, I feel like a bit of your creativity would be wasted at lock. Like, it would be good to have your hands on the ball. You know, well, you could eventually be similar to Corey Parker in the way
I'd have
he
to
plays.
tackle a lot of big boys, so
Yeah, fuck that.
my shoulders might get a little bit sore.
So this last year you formed a bit of a combination with is it Valentino Holmes?
Valentine.
Valentine.
Yeah,
Valentine.
Valentino's pretty cool, but
Valentino.
Valentine's better.
Valentino. So yeah, you formed a bit of combination with him. Was that something that kind of just fell into place, or did you work on it, or what was? Are you good mates off the field? And
yeah,
that's what kind of?
we're pretty much best mates. I've actually only known him for about 2 years now. So first time I met Valentine was at the Australian under-20s team.
Okay.
He got called up in the team, and that's when I just signed with the Sharks, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yep.
So, you know, ever since then we moulded and we got together
Yep.
just like a clique. So ever since then we've been pretty good mates, and we've just been getting closer and closer, you know. He's a funny boy. So
What descendancy is he? Samoan?
he's Cook Island
Cook
in
Island.
New Zealand, but
Okay. Same as Alex Smith.
he's put his name down as Australian.
Yep.
But
Do you call him Sri Lankan? I often call Alex Cook.
no,
Alex Glenn, I usually pay him out saying he's a cabbie. But anyway, sorry.
no, yeah, but on Vow, we've grown so much over the last 2 years, and
Yep.
we've just become so close. But you know, he's a great player.
Oh
You
man,
know,
he's
he
so good.
wants to play fullback as well. So
Yep.
you know, I don't want to play there and kick him out, and you know he's going to want to leave in a few years' time or whatever.
Yep.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to play Valentine at pretty
Yep.
much my whole career. You know, we're
Okay.
pretty good mates. So
Be a
I
good
don't-
combination to keep for a long
yeah,
time.
so even if I play centre and him on the wing,
Yep.
and chuck Benny Barber back at fullback, you know, I'd be happy with that. But you know, like I said, my long-term goal is to play Filate or
Yep.
fullback. But
Yep.
to play alongside Vow would be pretty good.
Yep, and like just to have a career with like your best mate over a long period of time. I mean, the memories you create, like, and also the combination. I mean, it's literally your first year in NRL together, and you're already being spoken about as a combination. Imagine in like 2 or 3 years, man,
Yeah.
hectic. So when last year when you were playing, there was a time when you didn't. Well, you said, like, when I was reading in the article, you kind of said, "Oh, I wasn't playing as well." I didn't really think you weren't playing any worse, but there was a time when you weren't as making as many line breaks, or you weren't as dominant as you were in the first maybe 10 games. What was that like mentally for you? Do you think it was because people kind of knew about you now, knew that you could kind of pull something out of nowhere, or what was that like for you?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that was the reason, or maybe it was because I probably just slacked off a little bit, maybe.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say I slacked off, but it's kind of hard to play like that every week.
Oh, 100%.
So,
especially for young, you were 19.
yeah,
at the
exactly.
time.
So a lot of people saying, "Oh, I didn't deserve Rookie of the Year," blah blah blah, or I didn't, play as good as I did last week. He's only made 2 runs or whatever. I'm not a greedy player, so I don't want to go out there and have the ball in my hands every play and try and throw someone out of my ass and make a mistake. If you try too hard, you're going to make a mistake, mate. So, people saying all that, I try and ignore all that. But like I said, you can't play good every week. Look at Thurston. Like, Thurston's the best player in NRL in the world. Some weeks he plays below average, and then one week he plays out of his skin. So, GI, another great example. He's a great player, but some days he's not on. But
100%.
Nothing against GI. I don't know the bloke, but he's a good.
Oh, mate.
Well, the sounds
100%.
of things, he's a great bloke. So
it's just, but like what people don't understand is like the level that you play, like the level you're working at in NRL is so high that like even 1%, like even if you just wake up and you feel a bit shit, that can make you play okay instead of great.
Exactly.
You're working in this area where even the smallest of errors is so like I feel like back in the day, like maybe 15 or so years ago, or even 10, like it wasn't as high tech professional. Whereas now everyone is just as fit as each other. Everyone is just as strong as each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got wingers that are benching nearly the same as forwards and like all this. So yeah, it's.
Well, I don't bench that much, but still
you're a 5'8" though,
pretty.
bro.
I'm still pretty strong. I'm joking.
Oh, bro, I'm street strong.
Mongrel.
So, when you were playing during the year, do you think that that's something that if you could improve one thing, do you think it would be the week in, week out playing the best footy? Was that something that you're going to focus on this year, or what's your focus this year?
Yeah, probably being a bit more professional
at
training and come the game day. You know, my diet is a big thing. I'm not a real good eater, so I'll probably have to learn how to eat a bit better. But you know, to be honest, I have pizza before games. It gets me going.
Carbs.
But yeah, probably the professionalism. Playing my best footy week in, week out, doing extras. You know, if I get a little niggly injury, you know, you get it checked on and get it sweet for the game. You know, just all the little things. You just got to do the 1%ers.
Yeah.
All the other stuff will come. So probably that.
And you know, you made country last year. Country or city?
Country.
What was that? Was it surprising? Was that an achievement? Was it something you were kind of hoping for, or what was that like for you?
Yeah, I've always wanted to play country. Didn't expect it at that point of my career. First year, only I think 6 games under my belt, so I didn't expect
crazy.
that. But you know, it was a big step up for me. Obviously, starting at halfback, so another position I haven't really played, halfback. So it was a bit. I was a bit nervous going into camp. You know, my first big camp with the big boys. Knowing that people there have played first grade.
Yeah.
Now I'm with Jimmy Maloney at Sharks.
Yeah,
so
played for his friggin' state.
Yeah, so you know, to go into camp and especially at that point in my career, it was a big step up, and you know, I enjoyed it. I learned a lot there. You know, Baz is a great coach, so yeah, I didn't expect it at all, to be honest.
And was there anyone that kind of like, not starstruck, but you know, you're 19, so some of these guys that you would have been in camp with.
20.
No, sorry, you were 19 though when you got selected.
No, 20.
20. All right. No, so you were 20 when you got selected, and you go into this camp, and you're around these guys that you would have been watching on TV for maybe 6-7 years. Well, was that were you taken back at all, or was it just you know, you kind of felt one of the boys and they they pulled you in pretty quickly and you know, made you feel welcome and all that stuff?
Yeah, not really. You know, I think when you make those kind of rep levels, people try kind of treat you the same. So I've watched a few of them on TV for a while now. So you know, James McManus. I used to go for nights when I was younger, and I remember him playing there.
Oh, really?
And you know, Quilla Uate.
Oh man,
he's a good player, and
he's outrageous when he's on. He's unbelievable. I want him to get back. I hope he gets back to form. Like, I mean, he's been playing okay, but I remember there's a few years there where he was literally unstoppable. Yeah,
but like I said before, you know, you can't play your best football.
Yeah, you're right.
There's always things going on outside of football. It's just not footy.
Yep.
You know, you got your problems outside of footy which you have to get sorted, and you know, that plays a big part on your career. So once you get them sorted, I think you'll play your best footy. But yeah, back on the country thing, you know, it was a good experience for me. You know, I did enjoy the camp and I did learn a lot. So you know, like I said, I didn't expect it, but you know, I was happy I made it.
And growing up, you said you played footy from the age of, you know, 5 or whatever. You know, did you have a good upbringing? Did you have were you well off, or did you have a lot of opportunities or not a lot of opportunities? Did you have a rough upbringing? Like, what was your upbringing like? Was it all footy? Was footy around, like, because we had James Seguiaro on a few weeks ago, and he literally was like, parents were bankrupt, had no family, got taken in by you know all this. So he had like a crazy upbringing. Footy was the only outlet. What was it like for you? Were you just a gong boy, just, you know?
Nah, I actually had good parents that had their own company. So I wouldn't say we were rich, but I wouldn't say we were poor. But you know, I grew up in Berkeley, which is a pretty rough area. You know, it's not a rich area. You know where Berkeley is. You you know, we all have our struggles, but I mean, it wasn't like I was poor and I didn't have any money to eat or that kind of stuff. I had a roof over my head. But you know, I'm not the smartest. Not the smartest kid, so you know, education, I'd done it, but
wasn't your focus?
Yeah, it wasn't really my focus because I knew I wasn't gonna
you
know, go to uni and all that kind of stuff. Even though I was young, I still knew I wasn't the smartest bloke. But you know, all I ever wanted to do was play NRL.
Okay.
And
so it's been a dream.
So it's been a dream since I was real young. That's all I ever did was run around with a football. And my brother's 4 years older than me, so. I was probably younger than 5 when I was running around at the front with him.
Oh, wow.
So I started playing footy when I was 4.
Okay.
And then just ever since then, I wanted to play footy so bad. I remember my mum telling me I wanted to play footy, so I went. I'm kicking the grass around, all the dirt, let him run past me. My mum called me over and goes, "Listen here, if you want to play footy, then you know we're here to play. If not, we're leaving." So ever since then, I just started playing footy and then I loved it. So, it was always a dream that I wanted to do was play NRL, and you know, and to meet Andrew Johns. He was,
oh really?
Yeah, he was my hero when I was younger.
So when you were younger, was he a guy that you looked like you watched on TV and go, man, if only I could just be on that field?
Yeah.
Was there any moment that you remember watching Johns on TV doing something?
I loved him, mate. And then. You know, I used to, every time they played the Dragons here, I used to come in with my Knights jersey on, number 7 on the back.
Oh, really?
And then I got a chance to meet him, actually, because I got one of my mates that live up in Mayweather, I think it is, up in Newcastle, or Mayweather, I don't know what it's called.
Oh, obviously, if your mate did live with Mayweather, I'll be with him too.
But I used to live around the corner from him, and then they arranged me to meet him when I was young.
Really?
So it was pretty good. I was a bit nervous. I didn't really talk to him.
Did you have your Knights jersey on and stuff like
that? No. I kind of acted cool, so... but it was good to meet him, mate. And then I talk to him every now and then after games now. I get interviewed by him, so... I don't tell him I like him.
Is that weird for you, bro? Is it weird? Like, because you know, you got... watching this guy and you know, mimicking him in, you know, in the backyard, you would be pretend to be Johns and play with your brother. Is it weird that you're sitting there and he's asking you questions now? Is that strange? Have you ever take a double take and be like, whoa, man?
I haven't really thought about it, but when I do, it is a bit weird. Especially after games, I get a bit starstruck and I don't know what to say because he's an immortal, mate. So. When he comes up to you and asks you questions, you're just like, oh yeah, blah blah blah.
Yep.
But I don't really think about it. So
I remember, I think it was Lockie when I first met Lockie. Like I was in the same squad as him. It was fully just like so. I was like, it's so weird to explain. Like I was like, it's like I wasn't there. I was out of my head, and I like just couldn't think, and I was like, it's like retarded.
It's funny, because last year I was one of the quiet boys that trained at the start last year. Like Louis, Gow, Mickey Ennis. I was real quiet and I just I'd just say hey or wouldn't talk to him. And now, you know, me and Louis like this.
Yep.
And you know, I came out of the closet, I'm loud now. I just
yourself.
You know, I'm myself now. Yep. So after a bit, after time, you feel a bit more comfortable.
Yeah,
and you can be yourself.
Yep.
Like Louis, I stay at his house every now and then. And,
yep.
You know, he's like an older brother than me, so he's pretty good with me.
Yep. And that's that line of like, you know, these guys that they're your brothers and you love them, and yet you've got these hard career decisions to make, and they do as well. And is who's been the guy that's kind of, is there any difference that you went from the Dragons to Cronulla, played the best footy of your life, killed it, and also in a position that is one of the hardest positions on the field? Is there anything in particular that you can kind of point out to in Cronulla, whether it would be one of the boys that gave you advice or the coaching staff or whatever? Is there anything in particular that kind of guided that form out of you, or was it just, you know, just kind of happened?
No, it was a bit of an instinct. Like when I was younger, I played a bit of 5'8", so I kind of knew how to play it.
Yep.
And, you know, a lot of people say I'm a footballer, not an athlete. So
it's a compliment.
It is a compliment, but I don't go around there saying, "Oh, I'm a footballer, I'm not an athlete." Like I'm no different to anyone else on the field.
Yeah.
But
it's like Jonzo, you seem to have this instinct in the game that like I could never have personally. So I just don't have the footy instinct. I just never did. I never did. But you have this instinct. But sorry.
Yeah, but not that anyone really pointed out things. But I had Jeff Robson there, my half partner last year, and he helped me out with a little bit because he's been around for a while, and he taught me a few things about the role. Louis was there to always help me out because he played a bit of 5'8" back in the day.
Okay.
Now he's getting old and fat. He's out on the edge. Like I said, I kind of knew how to play it, but just not at this kind of level. So it was a bit new to me, and I just had to learn a bit more. I still think I do need to learn a little bit more at that role, but like I said,
you're so young, bro.
There's a lot more to learn, and only years can tell if that's going to happen.
Johns or Alfie, who wins in the one-on-one game?
Johns or who? Sorry.
Alfie Langer.
Oh, Johnsy for sure. For sure.
So going forward next year, what are your goals? Is it Origin squad? Is it Australian squad at the end of the year? Is there a specific goal for you? Like what's your season next year? What is it if you have a perfect season next year? What does it look like?
Yeah, so if I play to the best of my ability, what I think I can play at, and the chances I get, obviously I've always wanted to play for my country and for my state. I'm still only young, so like if I do have a good year and I don't make it, because they've got some good players in the squads, I'm not going to be kicking stones.
No way, bro. No way.
So obviously that's a goal for me to make, the Australian team and the New South Wales team. But like I said, if I don't, then I'm not going to go around and screw my face up and kick the stones. So I've got a long career, hopefully.
100%.
It's just I'm not really looking too far ahead. Okay. I'm just going to take week in, week out, set goals each week, and if I set a goal for next week and I don't accomplish it, then there's no point in me setting one further down the track where I.
Yeah, I know what you mean, 100%.
Yeah.
And how are you feeling compared? You said you were injured last pre-season and you may not have played nines. How are you feeling physically compared to last year? Are you feeling more focused, more? Are you feeling a bit fitter, a bit better? How are you feeling mentally?
Yeah, I do feel a little bit better, a little bit stronger.
Yep.
Obviously, because I'm getting older and doing the weights, especially from last year, carries over. It was a bit of a freak accident last year with the shoulder. I was going to catch a ball down pretty low at speed, and I landed like that as you do, and it just popped out. It was just my AC joint, so I was out for nearly. So it was about this time last year, so I was out for Chrissy.
Yep.
And then obviously the Nines were at the end of January, so I was just coming good for that.
You didn't even have a full pre-season really at all.
Nah, not really. And then I was doing contact and stuff. It was kind of sore. I had a pad there, but I wanted to play nine so bad, so I just was trying to put the pain behind me and just say, nah, it's sweet. Now my body's feeling good. I've got a bit of a sore foot, but it's nothing too major. We had a pretty hard session on Friday. I think that's what caused it. Running on the sand, so I'm not running on sand again. But yeah, I'm feeling stronger and fitter. So
especially with the whole preseason on your belt now, I mean, the world's your oyster next year. If you didn't have a preseason last year and you've had one this year, you're injury free. Fuck me, there's some massive things, and like also there's opportunity in the New South Wales side as well. There's massive opportunity there, and also that's why you'd want to probably play 5'8", because if there is a shot, that's your shot. Like playing 5'8",
especially on the big stage, it'd be pretty good, eh?
What would that putting on that Blues jersey? Imagine yourself there now. What would that feel like for you? How would walk us through?
My heart would be racing. I wouldn't know what to do. I'd just go there. Yeah, I'd fucking. I wanted to say something, but I'm not going to say it.
Oh, right. Nah, it's all good. I mean, we can swear. This is.
Nah, I was going to do something else, but.
Okay, so looking back on this, what was your favourite moment of last year?
Probably my start on debut against the Roosters. I obviously made a name for myself then. Scoring 2 tries and obviously winning our first game of the season. But you can't live. I can't live with that forever. Obviously, you're only as good as your last game.
Yep.
And my last game, I didn't play too well. We got pumped by the Cowboys, 38-0 in the semis.
I don't think anyone played well that night.
But Yeah, it was probably the Roosters game, my first start on game at 6, especially just coming into the new role and learning all the moves and all that kind of stuff in a week was pretty hard. But to look back now and I'd replay that week any time of the year, like any time of my life. So I'll never forget that moment.
All right, bro. We actually, before I forget, ask all the boys this: best all-time rapper.
Best all-time rapper. These days, I like Tiger a little bit.
Tiger,
he's pretty good, but
come on, Tiger's nothing on like.
Nah, the best back in the day, or like
just
out of everyone.
Out of everyone ever.
Probably Tupac or Eminem, eh?
Yeah.
One of those two.
Everyone says Tupac, but I reckon, like, don't get me wrong, Tupac's two.
I'm not racist, but Eminem's pretty good.
Yeah, oh, bro, 100%.
The only white rapper around.
Bro.
And then there's Cursor. Then there's Cursor. Cursor's alright.
Cursor's alright. And who else? There's another guy like called Logic, I think, or something like that. Logic, or anyway, he's good. Anyway, Eminem, bro. Like, you can listen to any one of his albums and listen to him start to finish. They're ridiculous. Yeah. No one comes close to him. Close at all. Like, also favourite best movie of all time.
Best movie?
Yep.
Jesus. I watched a fair bit of movies. I can't even remember.
Netflix is literally the best invention ever, eh?
Yeah, it is.
It's so good.
I don't even have it, but it's good.
And you don't watch movies, bro?
Nah, but I watch Netflix every now and then.
What do you
Other people's houses. Nah, not mine. Other people's houses.
Are you single now at the moment?
Nah, I've got a missus.
Oh, okay.
She's got Netflix, so she's alright.
Okay.
Best movie. Oh, mate. This one's a hard one, man. I'm just going to put it out there.
Just throw two out there. You can throw two out there.
Jesus. You know, you like the Equalizer? Have you seen that?
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Denzel's a man. I honestly had a feeling you were going to say Training Day.
Nah, not that. But Denzel's pretty good. And then I'll just chuck 8 Mile out there, eh?
Yeah, 8 Mile. It's a fucking good movie. Alright, got some fan questions for you, bro. Some fan questions. Just on Reddit.
Some fan questions, eh?
Yeah, bro. Are you really the word? I don't know what that means. I haven't read these yet.
Bird is the word. Am I really the word?
Birdman Jr. YMCMB. You don't know Birdman, the actual rapper.
I do. I've heard of him.
Oh, okay.
It's in like Lil Wayne songs.
Yeah, he's like the big dog.
Birdman,
yeah, he's fucking loaded. Tell Wade to stop kicking the ball. Thanks for having a short.
I've told him a fair bit. He just don't listen.
Actually, there's a question I wanted to ask you. What was it like coming into the club after? Because you came in after the peptide scandal, like as in obviously it was years. What was it like being a guy that wasn't actually a part of the squad when it all went down, when everything happened, but you were dealing with the after effects of it all? Was it weird?
Nah, so I come in pretty much at the right time. So I think it was the year before.
Yep.
They got done, or they got suspended, and when I first come, it was a fresh start, so they all left it behind them.
Oh, okay.
No one really spoke about it, so it was just like a whole new club. So we're building something special at the Sharks. So, we don't talk about it now. We joke about it every now and then. With Gia, because he's a bit of a angry head. So
you know what? He impressed me as a guy. I mean, like when I had him on the show.
Yeah, he's a good bloke. He's a good bloke.
I would never want to fight him though.
I already have. I heard him say he wouldn't fight me.
You reckon you'd take him?
Nah. Maybe. If I was drunk. Nah, but it was all clean when I come in, so it was pretty good. It was like nothing happened. No, to be honest, I don't really know much about it, so it's probably the best way about it.
Yeah. So it was, everyone kind of had healed from it, like all the bullshit was behind you, and you just kind of actively said, "We're a new club now, and we're building." That's good. That's good. It's like it's such a. Yeah. That was a sad.
Can't live in the past, man. So.
100%. It was just sad too, because like fuck, man, like you guys, like the Cronulla boys got put through the ringer, like literally, and it's not even like peptides aren't even that hectic. Have you ever stolen someone's girl and called it a Jack Your Bird?
I don't
even know the joke.
Never. I don't know what that is.
Neither. I've heard rumours somebody went off at Gallant locker room for being a part-time Shark player, full-time Origin player after the loss of Cowboys semi-final. Interest this, against that. Do you ever remember any sledges from the crowd?
Do I ever get any?
Like, obviously you get some. Surely.
Nah, I don't. I do, but I don't.
Don't remember them.
All I see is fingers. I can't hear them. It's too loud, so I just see fingers, and I remember their faces. So if I see them out, I'll go up to them. Just remember that. I know your face.
What made it so easy for you to tear defences apart earlier in the season, and it became harder for you to pull off as the season went on? Do you think defenders started to figure out something about your game?
Yeah, well, we spoke about that before. Like I said, you can't play your best football every week. Obviously, if you play a good game one week, they're obviously gonna watch video on you and see how you play. The next week, they're gonna
focus on you.
Yeah, exactly. So, to pull something off every week, you got to learn something different each week. So, something they don't know. So,
what is something about you, Jack Bird, as a person that people don't know about? Obviously they see you as a footy player. What's something that you do in your own time?
Oh, I'm a good guy.
Play Xbox.
I do play a bit of PS4.
Fallout 4?
Play Call of Duty.
Bro, I used to be fucking so good at that, man.
Play a bit of Madden as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
Call of Duty. The new one. I just got it. So.
Black Ops 3.
Yeah. So all the boys jump online.
Bro, I used to be like, I've been playing Call of Duty since it was on just computer, man. I don't play it anymore because I'm over it. I used to be the man, and I would have tailed you up.
Nah, it's pretty good.
I would have tailed you up.
I'm enjoying it. I never used to like it, but
if you want to get tailed up, I can tail you up.
Yeah, well, just add me, PS4. Go buy a PS4 first.
I got both. I got PS4 and Xbox One.
Well, add me and go buy it.
I'll tail you up on both systems.
I'll tail you up on the field, but
and
there's some other things.
We've heard a lot about in the news about what position you want to play, but there's been fullback, centre, second row. What are your actual ideal positions? We've already
we've already spoke about that.
How'd you cope with your newfound fame? That's an interesting question. What was it like for you? Were you ready for it? Were you ready for people? Because you wouldn't be able to go through Cronulla without getting stopped all the time now, like with the way you played and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I think I was ready for it.
Because you were pretty well known for a guy that hadn't played first grade.
Yeah, I was. Surprisingly, I was, but I think that Roosters game made me a bit bigger.
Yeah, definitely.
And now that people know me, you just got to be careful of what you're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of like it actually.
It's good, man.
Getting stopped by people and having a chat. It's different to anyone else.
Yeah, 100%.
But you got to be humble. I'll try and be humble. Like I'm that kind of person where I want to be humble, and I don't think I'm different to anyone outside of this.
Yeah.
Outside of the footy world. But I do like it, and I think I was ready for it.
Yeah, because I remember before you made your debut, you had a pretty big following on Instagram. I think you had 15,000 followers or something before you'd even debut. Is that accurate, or am I fucking wigging?
No, I've got 15,000 now.
But I
debuted, I had about 4,000.
4,000,
3,000,
which is crazy.
Probably about 3,000. Then after my after 2 months of first grade, I jumped to 11,000. And then I just get new followers every day now. So. So if I don't follow you, I don't flick through it. So just message me and say follow me.
I think that's about it, man. No, that's about it. They're all just questions we've already asked, man. I've already asked you everything that you've did you enjoy Kembla Grange on Cup Day? I don't know. Someone must have seen you.
It was pretty good, man. It was pretty good getting free beers and that.
Yeah. Nice, bro. All right, man. We are all done, man. I appreciate you coming on. I think people are gonna enjoy this episode just because it's been you've been really honest and open, and people can see where you're coming from as a rookie coming through and having such a big year, man. It's good to see a dude that can still chill, and as you said, you're humble, and so thanks for coming on, bro. I really appreciate it.
No, thanks for having me, man.
Sweet as, man.
That's it. Cheers, bro.